Welcome to the Season 3 Ribbon Guide, or Ribbon Review. There's nothing crazy here for me to guide you through. I know many of you are already done. Congrats on your emblems. It is, once again, not animated yet, like Season 1. They'll fix that eventually, along with the dev names. It is on their Trello board. Anyway, for tradition's sake, it's fun to go through these, and I do still get questions I can certainly help with. As usual though, getting the XP for leveling up is the biggest part of this grind. The challenges are secondary. I don't think anything here stands out in difficulty. It's all about the 155, and there are tons of different ways to get XP and boost your XP. I already talked all about that at the beginning of the season in a video I can link below, and I did exactly what I said I'd do. I took my time this season, wasn't racing, got most of my XP from just playing Warzone with people, and then got into multiplayer later when I had tons of challenges to work on all at once. Taking your time is the easier way to do things, because XP only gets faster as they end up re-adding smaller map mosh pits later in the season, and they have more double XP events. If I wasn't aiming to make this video, I would have waited even longer to do most of the grind after they add that new camo stuff tomorrow. Well, I've got a few XP things to add to that other video I mentioned. First, about trials. I forget where, because I'm a bad person, but someone asked me if I could make some sort of 3-star guide for them. The new gun course, especially, it might be hard to find all the targets on your first couple run-throughs. I feel like it's a little late to make that guide for this season, so I've just been showing that gun course and some trials in the background. I was able to find all the targets, but that is a good idea. Maybe next season I could cover all the new missions with actual commentary to explain what to do if you want to be getting 3 stars on all of them, instead of just farming the easiest one for the 20k XP. I think the easiest and fastest right now is the shotgun shooting range. Just pick up the R9 and Origin for max ammo capacity, and as soon as you learn the layout, there's no rush. You just walk around and shoot between the targets. You got lots of time thanks to the accuracy bonus. Speaking of doubling trial XP, I've been asked many times about that, and also linked a video Prestigious made about quad XP trials, where he got 40k XP from a trial. 44 actually, because of the 10% battle pass boost, and he said he used a double XP token combined with happy hour to get quad XP. But he also did that during the double XP event, and he said something about not knowing if the event was doing anything. It would have been good if he had tried it without the token active or without the happy hour to isolate and make sure what was working. Like maybe the weekend event plus the token is what was really working and not actually the happy hour. The thing is though, I've tried the same thing, token plus event plus happy hour, and I still only ever get double XP. 22k. I even did the same trial as him and on the same day as his video, so it isn't like they rushed out a secret patch. And I mean, I tried the same thing last season too, and I only ever get double. I also tried token plus happy hour with no event going on, still 22k. I have never gotten quad. I don't know if that's a console PC thing, or because I'm in multiple clans, my happy hours aren't counting properly, so you can try that to see if you get quad trials XP, but it has never worked for me. Definitely make sure you are at least doubling it though. That brings me to other happy hour findings. I mentioned before how you could probably join 10 regiments with happy hours evenly spaced out to get 10 free hours of double XP every day, and I can confirm it does work that way, at least visually. You can be in 10 clans, and when the hour is up, swap to a new one, and it'll say happy hour is active again. Alternatively, if you don't have anyone in your clan, you could make your happy hour the current time, and then in an hour, delete your clan and make a new one to get around the 24-hour lockout of changing the happy hour time. The only reason this is easy this season and wasn't before is that you don't need to party up for happy hour XP anymore. It seems to be active if you're just in the regiment. All that said, even though it visually says happy hour is on, and after each game it may show you getting double XP, my totals seem very low, and I'm not talking about the buggy XP stuff where it sometimes shows 0. It just seems like happy hour is cutting my XP in half and then doubling it to pretend that it's helping. Whenever I've tested it, it isn't working. I've observed my base XP and challenge XP for sure not getting doubled, even after restarting the game and all that. And yet it does seem to work for many other people. Maybe this is the same problem that's making me unable to get quad XP in trials. Oh well, happy hour is confusing. Maybe it isn't actually working for you, but maybe it is. So you can try being in multiple clans if you want. And maybe that's something they fix at some point, because it obviously feels like an unintended workaround to the one happy hour a day thing. At the same time, XP just isn't that valuable in this game, and if you're min-maxing that hard, you are probably going to hit max rank anyway, so I can see how this would be the least of their concerns. Final note on XP with the weird 0 XP Warzone bug I just mentioned and was mainly talking about in that Season 3 Battle Pass video, it does seem like one of my theories was correct. When you get a 0 XP game, or a way too low XP game, you are actually getting the XP. It just takes a restart or playing some more games to see that you got it, and for your rank to update. One time I got 2 0 XP games back to back, and they were wins. They should have been big XP, and my friends were all getting XP, so it seems totally random when it decides to show you earning XP or not. But then on the third game, I finally got the XP I was due, all 3 games of XP in one. So as I was saying back then, it doesn't seem like you're being cheated out of XP, it's just really bad at consistently adding it up. Alright, enough about XP. If you want a ton more about what modes you can be playing, what strategies you can be using, getting more double XP and whatever, you can watch the first video I made about that. Let's get on with the challenges. The one I heard the most about was 20 Claymore kills, but that's because it was bugged. It was stuck at 1 out of 20 and was counting quad feeds, or killing an enemy by shooting their equipment, or something weird, but they did fix it last week, so if you were waiting for that, you can go back and finish it up. Nothing hard about Claymore kills now that it works properly, just toss on shrapnel to slap down 2 at a time, no problem. The Killstreak challenges, I've got some pretty spicy tips for. There aren't many, and there's nothing bad like Season 0's White Phosphorus, but you do need to earn another juggernaut. You have a lot more time though, unlike Season 1 where the jug was unlocked near the end. Still, going on a high streak might be annoying for some people, but the good news is you don't have to. I've got 3 cheesy ways to avoid putting in any effort at all. Number 1 is just ridiculous. A couple people let me know, Gaza Gary here being the first, that Killstreak ribbons can currently be completed in Special Ops co-op operations. For whatever reason. Generally, you cannot complete challenges in co-op aside from the couple missions that specify to play co-op. The challenges are built for multiplayer. If you could do them all on co-op bots, they would be a complete joke, way too easy. Now, I can't pretend to have tested all the ribbons in co-op, but when I was playing it early on, after unlocking 30 ribbons or so, none of them were counting, as it should be. So as far as I know, it's only the killstreaks that are bugged to count. Oh well, that does make them very easy, so anything on this list of co-op munitions you can take with you into the mission and complete your challenge, like calling in that juggernaut, getting the 2 chopper gunner kills. There's no VTOL, so you need to earn an actual VTOL for those 5 kills. Darn, life is hard. But for the others, until they maybe catch on and patch it, that is a very easy way to get a few of the big streaks done. If that ever goes away, here's easy method number 2, whenever the drop zone game mode is around. I've always said that you could run care packages as a way to get the streaks you need, but care package odds kinda suck. Drop zone care packages, however, which you'd know if you played it, are not the normal odds. There are usually a couple of juggernauts, choppers, AC-130s, everything in every game. I wouldn't be surprised if it were a complete, even distribution between all the streaks. So if you play the objective in drop zone and pick up as many boxes as you can, that can get your streak challenges done pretty quick. And that's how I got most of mine done, like the jug here. I think it used to only award the challenge when you die with the streak, but I never died with that suit, despite kinda trying to, and I can confirm I did get the credit for the juggernaut anyway. If that was something you were thinking was still a thing, looks like you don't need to die with it. So drop zone is great, but it isn't always around. Final method, if neither of those are possible, the ground war cheese. So many people have messaged me about this, how they patched launchers being refilled by the infinite ammo crates. Yes, I am aware. I think they did that around the time that the Boneyard Javelin cheese spot was being abused, where people were locking onto the C flag to get Javelin nukes without leaving HQ, and I've always said it was kind of a cheesy thing that they could decide to patch out eventually. The Javelin problem just made it more of a pressing issue. Well, okay, I guess that makes it harder to fly through Pila camos, but that was never really a concern if you just keep a launcher on your class at all times. And for the streaks, you can still cheese them in the safety of HQ. You could use an FMJ LMG with max velocity and recoil control, even a sniper, to try to take out UAVs, but I didn't do any testing on what would be best for that, because what I think would be the actual easiest way is with a vehicle. Just like what I was doing back in the factory-approved mission guide, there was a step that made you destroy vehicles with the APC and IAV. So I just rolled to the back of the map, found a hill or an object to angle myself upwards, and if you have the pointsman perk on, you do still get full score for the destroys. It's only the tank player kills that were nerfed way back in the day to prevent the tank pointsman cheesing. Destroying a streak gives full points no matter what. And you can also still run the EMP drone for the extra boost in score whenever it charges up, Spotter to help you find streaks and give you the extra score for tagging them, and now you can run Kill Chain with Pointsman, so a couple early streaks like a cruise missile, a VTOL, or whatever can help you easily boost up to whatever you need for the challenge, like a juggernaut. So the easy ground war method is still alive, just a bit more annoying without infinite launcher ammo. There you have 3 cheesy streak methods. Finally, you could just, earn them normally. Kill Chain Hardline or Kill Chain Ghost with your favorite gun setup on a chaotic map where skill hardly matters. It shouldn't be too bad. Moving on, there's the quad feed challenge, which should hopefully just happen since it's unlocked early, but I did make a separate video for it. If you want to know all about quad feeds and a repeat of some easy ways to get them, you can check out that video. A lot of people were like, what do you mean? Quad feeds are easy. Just play Shipment, just play Infected. I know, I didn't make the video because they're impossible to get. It was to explain why they sometimes don't count when it looks like they should, because a lot of people keep calling it bugged. Alright, honestly, the remainder of the challenges here get pretty darn simple. One that could be a problem is killing the person who stunned you 5 times. Focused used to just be kills while stunned, and you could stun yourself. Now it's kill the person who stunned you, which is unfortunate. Thankfully, this is unlocked very early because you have very little control over that. It's maybe more likely to happen on a small map because of the chaos, but that's just like everything else. I did slowly get this done over time without thinking about it, even mostly playing Warzone to level up. I did get the 5 out of 5 in the 140s, so it was close to being annoying. Luckily, it just happened. One idea for it was sent to me by Mr. Diddy here. Maybe gunfight would be good if you're needing to finish up that challenge, since at least then you'll know what rounds give the enemy a stun grenade, and they're more likely to use it on you. You still have to get the kill after, but that can help control some of the randomness if you're just not running into anyone using stuns. But I hope that you get that done without thinking about it. Sorry if you've been unlucky. There is another running people over challenge, which was a huge part of the Season 2 ribbon video, and I think running people over with the Wheelson is pretty fun, but they did end up changing the challenge to be run over or get kills with vehicles. So really, just get kills with vehicles. The Wheelson turret actually still doesn't count though. The vehicle they mean is the IAV, and probably the APC too, but the IAV is the only one I know works, and you can grab one for free in Ground War, no need to earn the streak. And there is a challenge unlocked later on for 50 IAV kills, again. Apparently this is still wrong in the German translation, it tells you to get 50 frag kills. Nope, it's the IAV. Anyway, that means you can completely ignore that earlier challenge, and it'll get itself done when you need to get the 50 IAV kills later on. And that should be pretty easy to do. I still get the occasional person saying they want help with that, and I'm sorry, I can't understand that one. These things are universally hated on for being annoyingly good. You just grab a free one, roll around, and get 5 to 20 kills. When it blows up, wait at HQ for the next one. It should take 1 or 2 ground war games. The Resistance Challenge is back, as always. Still see people bringing that one up too. 5 kill streak, defending an objective. And I still think Dom is by far the easiest way to do this, because the flag has no time limit, it doesn't move, so camp it up on a flag you own. A home flag will make things more chill, or you can try it on B. You don't have to be right on top of the flag. If the kills you're getting say defense, you're good. Like I was on top of this flag for a bit, and that was perfectly fine. Ended up failing that attempt, but went and did it on the other flag, and that went well. Resistance. There we go. I finished out the match like normal, and wait a minute, it didn't count. But it popped up in-game, and I didn't quit or anything. Okay, well, that's odd. I restarted the game, and it was still not done. Okay then. Well, I went and did it again the next time Dom came up. Thankfully, Shoot House I still think is the best map for this, except for maybe Shipment 2, I guess. But it's really nice to hold off the left and right flanks with the help of the wall, and if your teammates are covering those sides well, you can pop up and try to take people out down mid. You are close enough to the flag for that to work. So got it done again, and hey, it actually counted that time. Cool. I should bring your attention to the Spotter Challenge as well. Hack 7 equipment. It is only 7, but do yourself a favor and put Spotter on everything as soon as you unlock this. Or at least swap to Spotter as soon as you see any enemy equipment being used in a match, so that you don't end up scrambling to do it later in the levels. It's much better to naturally come across stuff over time and get it done no problem. There should be plenty of Bettys, Claymores, trophies, and C4 over the course of your leveling, but when you're at the end and you need to find them, suddenly they all disappear. I could sit here and theorycraft about where to find more equipment, like, oh, there will be more trophies in Hardpoint, and oh, people use more Claymores in S&D and Cyber Attack, but really, there's no guaranteed way to find stuff. It depends on what skill bracket you're in too, so just put spotter on early. 30 kills near smoke. I do get occasional questions about that. It means get kills while you are near smoke, not while the enemies are near smoke. The idea is that you're using the smoke as concealment, so all you have to do is sit on the border of the smoke, or you can use thermal to sit in or behind the smoke. I find it to track progress pretty generously, and it shouldn't be too bad. There's popcorn again, lethal double kills. I guess not much needs to be said about that. It should happen naturally, but the smaller the map, the easier it gets. Can always C4 shipment people while getting the 20 C4 kill challenge later on. The doing work triple kills on a flag challenge should do itself. Just wanted to show that it doesn't have to be a literal flag like it says, since I happened to complete it in Hardpoint here with help from a VTOL. It got the challenge for me. The only other stuff that might be a pain is you have to go play some S&D, cyber, and gunfight. If you don't like that stuff, too bad. I both like it and don't, because it's fun to go all tryhard mode, but not as fun when it turns into a massive carry attempt that sometimes I can't win. And then the game proceeded to give me the perfect illustration for how it feels sometimes. Yeah, thanks. I think I'll give you guys that one. On the bright side, I finally fixed my in-game people's mic sound being broken. It used to be bugged and permanently muted, so I can turn that on. I really was missing a lot of funny stuff, not being able to hear death chatter.
Holy sh...
I'll still have that off most of the time though. It's way too loud and distracting. I'd rather be listening to a show. I had to include this game too. I'm trying really hard to win this backlot game. I've been sitting on a Harrier for a few rounds. I figured I may as well make sure I use it, and I called it in way over there, but you know what? I better stay undercover just to be safe. Those bombs do have a tendency to... I was very upset. Thank God we won that round. If we lost that round, I'm 100% convinced we were going to lose the game. I don't want to sound like I'm actually trashing my teammates all the time. I could easily be the one at the bottom getting carried. And like, if you're trying, we're cool. But it does bother me when someone camps on some random trash can every single round and refuses to even try to defuse the bomb. Like, play to win the round. There is no economy in this game. You do not need to save your guns. You're not on a streak. Just go for it. Please, get a crazy clutch ninja defuse or just end the round, you know? Alright, in summary, this might be the easiest season challenge-wise. You can cheese the streaks, and nothing else really stands out. Remember Season 0 with 50 gunship kills, 40 chopper kills, 300 scavenger bags, tons of backfire, karma? Now it's 2 chopper gunner kills. I'm guessing they had low engagement with that hard set, cause every season's been way toned down after that. The challenges are kinda non-existent for multiplayer grinders. They're just an XP boost as you level up, making you change a few things in your creator class, and that's all. But honestly, that's fine with me. I don't want to have to grind a ton for these limited time challenges, since I'm gaining most of my XP through Warzone anyway. Having a permanent challenge set with long-term challenges would have been cool, but if it's gonna be this way, I'm fine with it being on the easy side. At least Obsidian Camo is on the way tomorrow to act as the new long-term grind, assuming there is an overall mastery incentive for doing it all, as you know I'm hoping for. Changing up your playstyle to use all the guns, I think, is the fun and challenging part. And then there's also going to be the Modern Warfare 2 style weapon calling cards coming in some later update, maybe in a few more weeks. We'll have to see how it all fits together. Good luck with your ribbon grind, if you're not already done, that is. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.
Fucking retards.
Oh, they were talking.
Not fucking nice anything, dude. Shut up.
Shut up, bitch. You're a pussy.
Or what, pussy?
I'll kill you
What are you
and
gonna
your
do?
family. I'll kill you.
God damn it, I was missing that the whole time.